Welcome to the Gen Z podcast. I'm your host, Amar Johnson, and today we got a special guest, Mark Gronowski. How you doing, my boy?
Doing good. Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Kind of tell the people where you from.
I'm from Chicago and more just like a suburb outside of Chicago, Naperville, Illinois.
Got you. How is the Chicago weather compared to like South Dakota?
I mean, it's pretty similar. I mean, it's just a little farther south, but the wind
Colder?
is just the same. Nah, it's a little bit warmer. Just not too much though. It doesn't really get down to like the negatives like it does here, but it's still windy as hell.
So like how far are you from Chicago?
About 30 minutes.
That's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah.
You be missing home? Because Chicago, y'all got like the city and all of that.
I mean, it'd be nice because like there's so much more to do and like so many more places. Like because like where I'm from, Naperville is like 180,000 compared to here, which is like 30,000. It's mostly just college students, so it's like.
Man, I feel that.
I wish I got to go home a little bit more.
I mean, it was
so nice.
Off season.
Yeah.
So I mean, you probably will compared to like the regular season or whatever.
Yeah, regular season, don't be going home at all.
On me. So, what's your predictions on the Super Bowl?
Predictions. I like the Bengals. Joe Burrow is something else. Like, but I think the Rams defense is just too good.
I want Burrow to win for sure. I wanted the 49ers to win. I knew that for some reason I had some odd feeling like the Bengals. Like I called it. I was like Bengals for sure would win.
Mm-hmm.
Even when Casey won the coin toss, I was still like, yeah, Bengals gonna get it. But I wanted 49ers too because I wanted to see Debo. He was like one of my favorite players. I wanted to see him in there. But like you said, the Rams defense. I feel like the Bengals offensive line gonna have a struggle though.
That's what I'm saying. Von Miller, Aaron Donald. I think Aaron Donald might have a field day. Might shock everyone, win MVP.
But Burrow do be getting outside that pot. He can run. He be slipping out.
I don't know. I think because like even just watching like what Tennessee did. Tennessee doesn't have a close of a D line as the Rams. Rams gonna be legit.
Wasn't it like Cincinnati like won all their games by like 3?
Yeah. All of Evan McPherson.
Yeah,
have you seen that video of him kicking at Florida?
No, I haven't.
He was like, I remember that there's a water bottle trend where you'd like flick off the water bottle cap, and he kicked it from like the bottom of the field up to like where they filmed.
Oh,
practice.
that was him.
That was him.
Spun out.
Yeah.
Okay, I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, he wasn't he like one of the longest streaks, like second or something like that.
Yeah, for like 50-yard field goals or something like that.
Yeah, that boy crazy. That's crazy. All right, but let's kind of get into you, especially because you got a pretty nice journey. I think that people kind of want to hear. So, like, coming in as a freshman with, like, COVID and all of that, was it kind of hard for you to adapt? Because, like, you know, you really didn't get that college experience coming from high school over. And then winning, starting QB job, like, how was that too?
I mean, starting off, like, my senior year kind of got like ruined or whatever because of COVID. Like we didn't end up finishing it. And what was nice is once I graduated, me and Lujan actually started meeting over Zoom and started going over like film and all, like going over the plays and stuff like that. So it's really helped kind of like jumping in. But I was still like had no idea what was going on right when we got here, and it was weird because it's like it's a totally different like thing now. It's like you didn't see anyone out on like the streets or the Union and stuff like that. But like now you see a bunch of people. But it was just weird because everyone would be staying in their dorms and stuff like that. But football-wise, I mean, it was kind of nice because we got to, like, build each other as a family.
Right.
And, like, just, like, always hung out together. We had to stay together. Like, we couldn't really go out anywhere else. So it was just nice to start working, building those relationships, which was the best part of it at the beginning.
I feel you on that. Because my senior year, we was lucky enough to play 6 games.
Yeah.
So, and coming down here, we definitely got 2 different experiences from mine. Like, we still had COVID, but, like, we still got to do way more than, at least what I hear, what y'all had to do, like, wearing masks and stuff.
Like, we had to wear a mask 24/7, test once a week. We couldn't hang out with anyone except for just our team. And, like, that's how we ended up having 0 COVID tests, like, throughout the entire time.
Yeah. So, how was the transition from being a high school QB to winning the starting job for college? Because I know you went in there, you was probably a little nervous.
Yeah.
But you knew you had a shot at it because it was open.
It was good. I mean, I was obviously nervous like coming in because you didn't really know what to expect, and just the thing is like the game moves a lot faster, which I know you know from like your first thing, and everyone usually always has that like first hit.
I had mine.
Yeah, I remember yours because, but like for me, we did a practice where quarterbacks got hit for a practice.
Oh dang!
And I ended up running like a quarterback power, and I remember meeting Peyton Schaefer in the hole, and then I met Logan Backus too. Like both of them came right on me, and I was just seeing stars, and I was not ready for that. And I was like my welcome to college moment. But I mean, just with like earning the starting job and stuff like that, just kind of like putting the time in and just like building relationships with the guys, and the guys can trust you, and then like those guys having your back after that. Once they start believing in you, start trusting you, and just like putting your really head down and just keep working.
So for us running backs, I know at least the playbook can get a little tricky. So like, did you have any like problems with that like coming in? Because you know every week it was always like some new things. Like maybe this might mean something this week, but the next week means totally something different. And I know for QBs, y'all like the field generals, so y'all got to do everything. Like y'all receiver routes, our routes, like all of that. So was that hard for you coming in as like a freshman and all of that?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of overwhelming at the beginning, but I mean, I got some like flashcards over the summer, so I was able to like study like the actual plays and concepts, and I do a lot with like word association and like trying to like make like metaphors of everything, trying to memorize stuff. So that really helped, but like I was really struggling with like formations and where everyone was supposed to go. Like I know like a lot of people like always mess that up to start off the play, and we always have to like kind of sometimes wait. And I started learning that eventually, like when we started the season, we started figuring that out. But that's what was like the hardest part of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that because I remember summer camp, like they was just throwing it at us. I'm just like I would have to go back and watch film like, in my dorm room like right after, just for like the next day like keep up to par and stuff like that. But I feel like for the people out there, like if you want to go play college ball and stuff like that, like one of the best ways to probably touch the field early is like if the coaches will be able to trust you, like especially what you know in playbook. Like I feel like a lot of freshmen like fall behind on that, just because they don't stay up to par with like how fast like the team goes, especially with offense and stuff like that. So like you might have somebody that's really talented, but they don't know the play, so it's not like you can put them out there like that or like trust them to go in the game. Yeah,
because I mean that's probably I would say like that's the biggest advice for like people coming in. It's just like study the hell out of the playbook and just try to understand what's going on, because then coaches will actually trust you, believe in you, and then you can actually like once you know what you're doing, you can start relaxing and just like playing your game and just kind of like doing.
You can start to be you and all of that stuff. Yeah. Speaking on top of that, how was it when you like your first game and you went crazy? Like how do you feel? Because I know that's a different feeling. For me, my feeling was pretty dope. Like college, I was like, dang, like I just went off.
Yeah,
like,
right.
And it's like everybody started to know your name now. So like, how was that experience for you?
I mean, starting off like just knowing it was your first college game and stuff like that, I was really nervous. So like, didn't really know what to do. Like, I was trying to figure out like a routine for every single game and stuff like that. I tried going a little bit like that I did in high school, but it's just different because all the time is different. We get food fed for us and stuff like that. But that game, like once we started just getting to a rhythm of like completing a couple short passes and figuring it out, started playing better, started playing a little bit faster and really kind of figuring it out. But then as the game went on, I kind of like things started not going our way. And I was like trying to figure out how to handle that a little bit differently, and it ended up like going downhill for us a little bit, and we ended up losing the lead in our first game. And then just like having our mental strength coach really helped on the sidelines. Chris was really helping, just like helping me like think through things, like just telling myself like I'm okay, and just like helping those affirmations and stuff. And then that final drive, we ended up just going all the way, throwing a touchdown to Pierre, and then it was a fun in the locker room after that.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. So, what would you say was your best game?
That's tough, because I know like passing wise, I felt like it was like North Dakota.
I remember watching that, but I was throwing bombs to the Yankees.
Yeah, I remember we kept just chucking it. Like we saw some things that we just really liked against them, so we were just throwing it all over. We ended up not winning that game though, but I don't know if I consider it like it'd be my best game because I started off pretty rough, but the Southern Illinois game in the playoffs, is like
that's that long run you had, right?
Yeah, like we started off slow in the first half, and then we just figured it out as an offense in the second half. And just started going
chemistry wise. Y'all was there,
right?
Yeah, that's pretty raw. I remember, I think I was like DM you or something. When I committed or whatever, I was like, "Oh, that boy going off!" Like,
I remember we were DMing back and forth at that time.
That's pretty dope. I was excited as hell get down here.
Yeah.
Then, so how would before your injury, how would you have said like your season was going as a freshman? Like,
I mean, I didn't expect to have the success that it did coming in. I mean, obviously I believe in myself and everything that I have, and I just wanted to try and push the team to like the best we could possibly be. Yeah. But just like coming in and then like them putting me in a position to be successful and like giving me the tools to like be the best that I can be. Like I was kind of surprised to see how well I was actually doing, but I was also like I knew I had the opportunity and knew I can do it.
Believed in yourself.
Yeah.
And all that. Yeah. I mean, you took it to the national championship, so
yeah,
obviously you're doing something right.
It was just an awesome feeling because, like, I mean, not even just like me having a successful year and stuff. It was just like the guys around me were like helped me do that, and then also they had a successful years too. So it was just all around team effort, and then to just getting to the national championship game.
Yeah. So that national championship game, obviously, you know, things ain't go how you wanted it to go.
Yeah.
Injury and all of that. So, how would you say when you got injured or whatever, how would you say like your role had changed from being a QB and now you're injured? You really can't help the team as much as you want to.
I mean, when it happened, I didn't really know the extent of the injury. So in that game, that championship game, I really didn't know what to do because I was like, I want to be on the field. I was trying to do everything I could on the sidelines, try to get back on the field. But eventually, like me and the team doctors, like said it wasn't worth it. So kind of just had to be like a leader from the sidelines in a sense, and just kind of like encourage everyone, still trying to talk through things. If like I see something on the field, try to communicate that to the other quarterbacks and other receivers and stuff. So I ended up having a headset, and even this entire year got a headset. Got to talk and listen to Lujan, Eck, Schleissner all talk, Olsen too, and just kind of like figure out what they're thinking and kind of understand their thought process on things and help me learn a little bit more of our offense and also just like the game itself. Right.
So, do you think with you having a headset and like, you know, hearing how all the coaches think and all of that, you think like this year that'll like definitely help you? Because like now, like for us, like we always wondering like what they be saying on the headset, like all this and that. But like since you actually experienced it, like when you got the game, like helping make reads and all of that.
I mean, I think it'll help somewhat, but I mean, going into the season, I thought it was going to help a lot more and kind of understand some things. But I really feel like you kind of have to do more on the outside of games because on games, like they're really kind of just focused in on like what we got to do to win that game and not really the broad scheme of things. So I really feel like I got to do some more outside of that. But I do think it's like it's definitely going to help in a lot of parts of my game, but just not all of it.
I feel you on that. So after your injury, like how was that for you? Like was you kind of down or was you more so like I'm a bounce back type stuff, or like was that like first little part you was kind of like not yourself?
Yeah, that first week after that, I was not myself at all. Like I was so down. Like we just lost the national championship. I felt like I could have like done something different if I would have been able to play. And it's just like it just sucked to like have that feeling like I didn't ever actually get a chance at all. Right. And just using all that time throughout the season, not getting a chance. And then just realizing like I'm gonna be out for another year at this point. Like I was just down in the dumps. I was sad. I didn't know what to feel. I was going through so many emotions. But then after I had surgery, it was still tough for a couple months or like a month and a half or something like that because I couldn't even walk for 6 weeks and just trying to figure out like what I have to do to be at the best that I can be. And I really kind of start questioning like, will I ever be back to what I am? And then like how like will I ever be like as successful as I was that year? But as time went along, like start seeing progression, and you really start getting that drive of like, man, I want to do what I did before, and starting to get motivated with different things, and you really kind of have to like find yourself again, almost like it's like finding a new person in you, I guess.
Was like, so you say like your confidence was kind of low, versus?
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely say my confidence was low, like right after that, and a little bit after surgery, but just seeing like slow steps in the progression process of like my knee slowly getting better and me starting to do a little bit more, like confidence started building, and it felt good.
Yeah, because me even like imagine that like having the season you had as a freshman, like not too. I mean, you have your freshmen that do it, but not too many freshmen come in as a straight from COVID, not really having the college experience that others get, and then like you said, studying the playbook in and out, going to practice, doing whatever you did at practice, doing your thing, so the coaches see you and like trust you, put you in the game, to taking the team to the national championship. Not too many freshmen do that or can do that, so that's pretty big.
What I was gonna say is like, when you said talking about COVID, I know a lot of people like always think that like COVID's such a big adversity in a lot of things. I actually thought it was more of a benefit for me, to be honest.
Sometimes I'm agree with you on that.
Yeah, because like
it's kind of how you take it, like what you did with your COVID, because like you was always at home, like you could catch up, catch up on whatever you needed to work on. Like you wasn't really busy no more. Like you really had time to like critique your craft and work on stuff.
Right, and I don't think I would have even become a starter if it wasn't for COVID, to be honest. Because we got a whole fall camp, and we got to like practice throughout the entire fall season because we had a spring season. So I got to really learn everything. It's like I almost came like a semester early, pretty much, and then it gave me the better opportunity once the like actual season came around, which was awesome.
Yeah, I'm not to agree with you on that. People saying like COVID was kind of like a setback for them, like
just kind of how you take it.
Yes, I think
you take advantage of the time that you're given, and how you build the relationships around you, really.
Right. So, what would you say like you looking for this season? Because I'm obviously gonna come back, which is yay for me too. Because I've always wanted to play with you. Yeah. So, what would you say like you looking forward to most? Like, what would you say like the biggest game? Probably Iowa.
Yeah. For sure.
But,
I mean, I'm just looking forward to just getting back on the field and throwing with guys and just doing 7-on-7s and team stuff. Just like, I mean, I haven't done that in over a year, like almost a year now, and it's just like I've never gone a year without football in my life. So it's like, it's just I'm itching to get back, and I'm really motivated to just like finally start playing again. Yeah.
You think you have your confidence? Like, do you think your confidence is there again to where?
Yeah, I mean, I feel really confident in my knee right now, my abilities right now. There's some things I still want to like fix and stuff, because I mean, some habits just like I want to try like breaking out of those habits and stuff like that, which can make me a better player as a whole. But I mean, I'm really excited, and I think like this next season I'm really excited for. I mean, I feel like the job's not finished. I feel like we're so close, and I feel like we can get over that bar this season and really take a national championships back home to Brookings.
Because obviously you got there, and then my freshman year gets the semifinals. Like that was big too. Yeah. Especially like I never played in like Colorado State like with like 30,000-40,000 fans. And then I never played in no environment like Montana State. Like their fans were crazy. So
that's why I'm excited for Iowa this year, because Iowa's gonna be like 80,000 fans. It's gonna be on TV. Right. It's gonna be. I mean, a bunch of my friends go to Iowa too. Like a lot of people from the Chicago area ended up going there. I know a bunch of people from other areas are gonna end up coming too. But that's one school like I had a walk-on offer too, and kind of be like a. I always talked about this past spring is like getting back at all the schools the Missouri Valley didn't offer me and stuff, because like South Dakota State was the only offer I had. Other than walk-on offers. So it's like it's nice to get back at a bunch of schools and it puts a chip on my shoulder. So I'm excited to play Iowa next year to start it off.
Yeah, how was that South Dakota State, taking that chance on you, especially like being your only offer versus you having PWOs from other schools and stuff like that? Yeah,
I mean, like the PWOs are nice and stuff, but like they didn't like push for like a relationship and stuff like that. Like South Dakota State was like the one place like I was been talking to Lujan for a long time, building a great relationship with him, and kind of like figuring out like, oh, this is like a family culture. Like I really like all the guys here. I like the town. everything there, and then also playing for a top FCS program has a chance of winning the national championship every single year. So,
right.
I mean, if you go to some of those other FBS schools, like, are you going to win a national championship?
Nah.
Well, are you Ohio State? Are you Alabama?
Right.
Are you Georgia? Like, if you're not going to those schools, then it's me playing a bowl game.
I kind of like how we have the playoffs, because like FBS is like, bro, you win 6 games, you automatically bowl eligible.
Right.
And now it's not. Well, now it's like is a bowl game really what you want, or like you want the title? And I feel like, especially with FCS, like it just makes it more fun because like you don't know, you never know who's gonna win. Like,
right. That's what I think is interesting now is like with the bowl games and stuff. Once you start seeing guys like sit out of the Rose Bowl and some of those other big bowls, it's like, are those even that meaningful anymore?
Right.
Because it's like, those used to be like the big games back in the day. Like if you were like gonna go to the NFL, like you were gonna play in those games no matter what, because those are the big games. But like now it's just like,
now it's like people.
How meaningful are those? Like I wonder if in the future I would hope that they end up expanding their playoffs and doing something more like FCS, because the FCS is doing it. They're doing it right. Yeah,
I agree with you on that. Just like the playoff bracket, both sides, and come. Yeah, I agree with you on that. How do you feel about QB coach like Lujan becoming the new OC?
Yeah, I do. I'm really excited. I mean, I've known Lujan for a long time now, almost about like 4 years. But I'm excited because I know what he likes. I know it. I know how he trusts me. He has faith in me, and I feel like it can be really good for both of us to kind of like extend our abilities almost,
right,
and almost like learn as we go kind of thing. Because like, I mean, he's a young guy, but I mean, I have all the faith in the world that he's going to be successful this next year and help us propel us to a national championship. And I kind of like his thought process on everything, and he's really about just being efficient with everything he does. And I think we're going to have an even more efficient offense this year.
Has he talked to you about like any offensive changes or like anything like big like that, or is it just so he's kind of rolling like what they rolled with before and might just put a few twists to other things?
Yeah, I mean, I believe. I mean, I haven't really talked too much with him and stuff like that. I know he's going to try and just simplify it a little bit, and thought we were kind of doing a little too much this past year, and kind of put his own twist onto things and build a newer offense, I guess you could say. So I'm excited for what's to come with him and Olsen being the run game coordinator. I think it's going to be good for us.
Yeah, I miss with Lujan. He always believed in me too, especially with when I was in high school, like recruiting and all of that.
Right, and what's cool too is like he's a personable dude. Like he's 27 now or something like that, and he's close to our age and stuff like that. So I mean, it makes him a lot personal, easier to talk to, and easier to like get thoughts out of him, like trying to understand like what he's thinking and how things are going to work this coming year. So.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I definitely can't wait for this season. It's like I wanted to hurry up and come on, especially, but I ain't never been through spring ball either, so I'm kind of excited for that. See how that is.
I mean, I was gonna ask you how you think about the coaching changes and stuff, but with spring ball and stuff, I'm excited too, because like I never been through a spring ball.
You have
spring season,
you
and
have
then even the year above us with COVID, like they haven't been through it, so it's gonna be an interesting year. Like a lot of guys like learning the whole spring ball thing. So I'm excited for that too.
Yeah.
But how you feeling about the coaches?
Coaches,
all the changes and stuff.
Yeah. So for me, I'm trying to think. So obviously, Coach Johnson recruited me and got me here. Then he ended up leaving for some like family reason that I respect that, especially coming from a man.
For sure.
So I wasn't like mad about that or anything. Then bringing in Crenshaw chill, like easy person to talk to. Not really a yeller, which I like, cause I'm a big person. Like if I know I messed up, like how would I put that? Like I'll fix it. Like I won't make the same mistake twice type of stuff. So no point in yelling at me because I already know I messed up. So he real chill. He will get on you like if he doesn't think like you, or like he pushes you type of stuff like that. So then Eckler and Johnson recruited me the most. Like, bro, Eck used to send me texts like left and right, like all this and that. Obviously he left. So really, the only person that was still here that really recruited me was Lujan.
Yeah.
Like, that's about it. I never got on the phone with Slice, but like Zoom calls, I talked to him because Slice had asked me or something like if I didn't want to come as running back, like he might have offered me to play slot because my film was I could play slot and running back.
I remember watching your film at Chaminade. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Then, so really, Lujan was the only one left that, somewhat recruited me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Culture changes, I feel like, is always going to happen. It's kind of just adapting to things like that and adapting to coaches and how their coaching style and all of that. I think Coach Stig does a pretty good job of bringing in new coaches that people end up liking and all of that. But yeah, I have no problem with that. I like the coaches here that they bring in and stuff like that. So, for you've always had your coach, so
yeah,
yeah. But yeah, Coach Johnson was my man, so we had a really good relationship with that, and I still talk to him to this day. And then especially got the job at Sam Houston, and stuff like that. That's real good for him. Something I feel like he definitely deserves.
For sure.
Yeah. So you got anything else you want to say to the people? Or let me ask you this. You got any advice you would say to like upcoming freshmen? Because I get a lot of texts of like people asking me like how's the lift, how's conditioning, like what do I need to do to be when I come in and be at like the highest level I can be and like try to get on the field. So like if you have any advice to the youngins out there.
First off, just advice for like recruiting wise. I would say like if you're in the recruiting process, you're still in high school and stuff, like don't be afraid to call coaches. I feel like that's one of the things that I could have done more and stuff like that. And coaches want to hear learn about you, understand you, and calling coaches and reaching out to them is going to be the best opportunity for you, because not always like if you feel under recruited or anything like that, coaches aren't going to reach out to you. Like you just gotta you gotta be an advocate for yourself. You're trying to be a seller for yourself. You just try and reach out to coaches as much as you can. Keep sending your film out and try to just build relationships with people, because that's the biggest thing. And then coming into college as a freshman, really just kind of put your head down and work, because if you're not a hard worker coming out of high school, then guys on the team aren't going to trust you. They're not going to believe in you. And as you become more of a hard worker, keeping your head down and kind of just doing what you're told at that point and continue to learn, those relationships that will around you will start to build, and people will begin to trust in you, have faith in you, and then they can believe that you can play on the team and play on the field with them. So those are the two biggest things.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And like me and Mark hit on earlier, whenever you get there, like make sure y'all study the playbook and do all of that. And also, just because y'all got lift and like running and all of that, like y'all might think like, oh, I got it this day, but like also go put in like that extra work. Like whether that's like doing footwork, running routes, just like catching passes from the QBs or something like that. Something that's always gonna put you ahead of the other man. Because at the end of the day, I had to learn like every day you just gotta compete. Like fall camp for me was just like I knew like man, like if I want to get a chance to play like today, I gotta compete. Whether that was me playing special teams, like my first time, I think in the film room, like I got a good job wasn't even playing running back.
Right.
I was blocking for punt return. And I wasn't even a punt returner. I was blocking. So like I kind of figured out from that day, like no matter what you do, at least somebody always watching you. And yeah, also I think if a coach asks you like ever to play a position or like do you want to, I would probably just say yeah.
Yeah.
Because you get on the field, and then you kind of you'll get that trust from coaches. Like, okay, he's not a selfish player. He's willing to do whatever he got to do for the team, or like if we need him to play a certain position, he'll do that. because I feel like a lot of people will come in, and especially me, I had to realize, like, in high school, I was that man. So, coming from college, I mean, I played a pretty good amount for a freshman.
Yeah, for sure.
And realizing, like, oh, I'm not really that man right now. Like that was a big jump or difference for me that I had to realize and just, kind of wait my turn out, but still go to practice and compete and show.
Yeah.
Because when I did get my chance, I feel like I did a pretty good job of showing what I could do. So.
And one of the things, like, I like how you touched on, like, the part where, like, you got to keep doing more, I guess.
Yeah.
And, I mean, everyone right now, like, what I've been thinking about is every team's lifting right now. Every team's waking up at 6 a.m. practicing, like, doing some running stuff. And it's just, like, what extra you do to set yourself apart from everyone else.
Right.
So it's just doing those little things, like, even just watching, like, a little bit of film every day, like 10 minutes. Like, how much 10 minutes will compound over, like,
right, them 10 minutes add up.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, every single day, or just going to go throw with some guys for just 30 minutes or something like that. Like, not even that much time, and just really just getting that little bit of extra work that's going to make you that much better for next fall.
Yep. I feel like that's what some people be missing. They just kind of do bare minimum, like, oh, I worked out today. Like, I'm good. Where it's like, you could probably do a little bit more. Like Dre told us this morning, just because, we have Wednesdays off. Just because Wednesday off, that don't mean, like, ooh, just sit there and relax. Like, obviously, like, have relaxed, but, like, even, it's like the simple things, like, even go do some yoga, like, stretch, like, do something,
Just do something that'll help you set yourself apart. Because, I mean, if you don't want to be average, just do the minimum. But if you want to actually be great, be successful, like, you gotta do that extra.
Yep. So that's all the advice we got for y'all young boys out there. Everybody that wants to go play football, no matter if it's D1, D2, D3. Always got to set yourself apart. I enjoyed having my QB Mark on here, talking to him. I appreciate you coming on here and everything like that. But like I be saying on all the other podcasts, make sure y'all stay safe. Don't do nothing stupid. Protect yourself with COVID. Wear a mask if you got to, or you feeling sick, go get tested. All of that, and that's all we got. We out.